Teresa Valenzuela will show us how technology and re-entry into the workforce is available to just about everyone, including those with low vision. I'm pleased to welcome Teresa.
Good morning, how are you? My name is Teresa Valenzuela with San Diego Futures Foundation. We're located on the corner of 43rd and El Cajon Boulevard in City Heights. And today I'd like to talk to you about technology for good. It's about embracing technology and freedom through technology. I'd like to talk to you about change first. Change is inevitable. We all know that. And the question is, are you going to change with technology? Or, excuse me, are you going to change with history and where we're going? Because it's quite evident that technology is here to stay. I'm a 57-year-old woman. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm independent, and I want to live I want to age in place as long as is possible. One of my greatest fears is that I end up in a convalescent home staring out a window, isolated and depressed, socially isolated. That I don't want to do, and nor do I have to, because of the age of technology and what we can do with it. So, for example, I live alone in my apartment. I'm able to get groceries. I'm able to get an Uber if I need to. Google Maps takes me where I want to go. They assist me. I've got Google Assistants. I have smart home technology, and I have community connections because of it. So it's really made a difference in my life. And at work, I also have colleagues, past colleagues, that has really made a difference. For example, this is Calvin on the screen. And Calvin is blind. He's known as the deaf-blind Potter on Twitter. On TikTok. And he is blind, capable, and able. When he was working at San Diego Futures Foundation, he managed the adaptive technology program where blind and low vision instructors teach blind and low vision students how to re-enter the workforce, how to be able just to communicate. And I gotta tell you, I've seen grown men cry because they got a job for the first time in their life. For the first time in their life, they're able to work again because of technology and the advances made. So there's easy steps that you could do to incorporate technology in your home, as you know. For example, downloading apps so that you can get your groceries delivered, Amazon, Uber to be able to call and get a ride immediately, no longer waiting. I don't know about you, but sometimes I get a little bit lazy. I'm on my recliner, and I don't want to get up and have to change the channel, or I lost the remote control, so I'll get my phone and I'll just be able to cast my what I have on my phone to the TV. Isn't that great? I think so, because getting older is life. That happens for all of us. And I can tell you, too, that with the change of the pandemic and all that has happened as a result in our shift in thinking, our shift as far as how we could communicate, how we could work, we're all capable. We've all had long-term jobs that we were very good at and that we contributed to society. I'm letting you know that because of technology that you can still do that from the comfort of your home. Right? You can collaborate on Zoom. You can be a consultant. There's so many things you can do as a result of technology and the use of Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and many, many other apps that are available to you. Simple email as well, FaceTime, things of that nature. So there's also practical things that we can do even if we're not working. For example, I had no idea, but I love gardening, and I have 2 little gardening spots where I come into my apartment. And I didn't know the name of this one plant, and my friend came over. She goes, "Oh, Teresa," and she clicked it, and I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "It's a garden app." Who knew? So now I know the name of the plant, and I know how to take care of that plant. Same thing with cooking as well. I'm able to look up food, recipes, and interact with individuals while I'm doing so. YouTube's a charm, I've got to tell you. I'm a YouTube queen. I look up everything. Got to be careful, though. Some of them you don't want to necessarily listen to, but by the same token, there are some really good, and I've learned and advanced my knowledge base as a result of just watching YouTube channels. Not only for learning, but also for motivation. Also, so I'm not alone, because social isolation is a big thing when you're aging in place. I'm physically limited, and if I don't get out, I don't know if you know, but I'm an extrovert. I like to really get out and enjoy the community and get out and about. I love sailing, love being out in nature, love communicating. I'm a front-facing individual. I'm out in the community on a regular basis. It's what I do. It fuels me. And then I get to go back home and I get to be with myself and collect myself. But if I had to work at home by myself alone and did not have any connections, in fact, let me tell you a quick story. I was without internet for 2 days. Oh my gosh, 2 days. I said, oh, it's okay, I will email. Oh, it's okay, I will call. No, oh, I couldn't. Oh, I realized I couldn't Amazon, I couldn't do the Lyft, I couldn't email. There were so much things. I couldn't watch TV because it's all connected through the Wi-Fi. There was so much that I could not do. And it really, I mean, let's think about this. What if we were in a digital desert and you only got 4 hours a day to use your technology? It would be a blessing, because I've seen the advancements of technology. Just the other day, I put my first VR goggles on, and boy, I gotta tell you, I was transported into, where did I go? I went to Italy. I went to the mountaintop of Italy, and there was a small little dog that kept following me around. He was a cute little thing, so I don't get lost. And you pick up a globe, you see your hands inside of there, and you pick up a globe, and it transports you into another world, another room, another dimension. Who knew? I've got to tell you, those advancements in technology in regard to AI is concerned, and being able, if you have dementia, if you have Alzheimer's, or if you're just alone and isolated and perhaps even depressed. I don't know about you, but that's happened for me. And I don't want that to happen to me, so I engage on a regular basis. And if I've got to put some VR goggles in order to go see the world, who wouldn't want to see the world? Because I don't know about you, but those mountaintops were pretty nice. And so, yes, I put the goggles on, and it takes me into another world. You've got to try them. They're really, really exciting. So technology is also fun and easy. You can watch your own movies on there. I just can't say enough about it. It interacts the feeling, counteracts feelings of loneliness. You can time travel, and again, tackle social media. It's free, it's easy to learn. YouTube, San Diego Oasis has plenty of courses, and of course, San Diego Future Foundation does too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Teresa. So we are interested in learning a lot more from you, and all of you on YouTube and Zoom, please keep commenting and asking questions so that I can choose a few and give them to Teresa. Teresa, you've mentioned this app and the story of the plant that your help friend you discovered. Talk to us about that app and what is it called, and how did that help?
The applications that come up, I don't know what app it was, but she put Google Play, she showed me how to do it, and I was able to just point and click, and it tells me exactly which plant it is, and it tells me the history of it as well. So there's a variety.
Excellent. Thank you, Teresa. We have a question coming in from Angie. Angie is asking about Uber services. So if you use a wheelchair or some other assistive devices, how do you go about requesting special accommodation from Uber? Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. On my profile, I let them know that I'm a wheelchair user. And for me, fortunately, I'm still able to move around somewhat. And so I'm not completely paralyzed, I'm partially paralyzed. So they're able to put my wheelchair in the back of the chair. Back of their trunk. However, if I needed some special accommodations, they also have that as well, to let them know that we need a van. Or if I can't get Uber, I will call, for example, Sharp Hospital, who has a van. There's all kinds of different resources that are available throughout the county of San Diego and beyond. You know, it's just a matter of looking for them.
Excellent. Since our topic is a little bit about life and about work, especially if you might have some challenges, Is there some technology or some strategy that you can think of that can help me get a job if I have a hard time seeing a screen?
Oh, absolutely. There's screen readers, there's text to talk, and right now I've got to tell you it's taking off in regard to applications for it's almost going to be mandated that websites be accessible. Not necessarily mandated, but society wants that to happen. There's a large call for that to happen, and perhaps one day it will be the law that all websites and such are accessible and readable. But yes, there's screen readers that are there. There's text to talks that's available. Again, you could go to Google Play and find a lot of that. And if not, type that in your question in your Google search. That's the first place that I go. I do a lot of Google searching and I ask the questions. And sometimes I have to sit back and think about the way that I ask the question, because my search is contingent upon the way that I ask and the way that I'm thinking. And so I try to go beyond that by sit back, and then ask the question in a different way. You get different results. Thank you.
So yeah, as a follow-up question, tell us what you've learned about Google searching. How do you go about asking the better question and getting better information in return?
Oh, absolutely. So I'll have a conversation with individuals and they'll say, Teresa, have you thought about it from this perspective? And so I'll do that. A lot of times I'll ruminate on the question that I want to get. And if not, then I'll go to scholarly articles as well. And there's also an app that I use that summarizes. It's called Quigbig, I think it's called. I don't want to mispronounce it, but I think I just did. But what it will do is summarize the text that's on my Google search, and then it rewords it for me. And then so that I put that back into the search engine, and as a result, it expands my search. And then I'm able to continue to refine what I really want to find.
The next question comes from Elizabeth. And Elizabeth is asking about virtual reality goggles. And can you answer both ways? First, tell us a little bit more in detail, how have you used virtual reality and what your personal experience has been? And then, do you need to go and get certain programs if you want to go to Cuba versus the beach versus ancient Rome? Do you know how that works?
I've got to tell you, I just used, for the very first time, VR goggles on Wednesday. And so I don't know a lot about them, but what I do know is that I've been following it and kind of doing some research on virtual reality. And what I know is that you can use it for clinical depression. You can use it for if you have dementia, if you have Alzheimer's, and also if, for example, you're paralyzed, you can use it for physical therapy as well. And there have been promising results as a result of that. I'm not saying that you're going to get up and walk, but what I am saying is that it creates a memory into your memory bank. I used to be able to walk before, and so it stimulates those memories in my nerve endings as well. I don't know a lot about it. I know that you need to get the VR goggles itself, and then you can go ahead and get different gains from that. So I do apologize. But if you do a Google search on it, you'll find out more.
Okay. We do have a question about your workplace, the
Sure.
San Diego Futures Foundation. Would you tell us a little bit more about what Futures Foundation does for older adults and how can older adults benefit?
Oh, absolutely. So we have a program coordinator. Her name is Whitney, and she is great. We have a whole digital literacy team of instructors that are able to provide free digital literacy services, whether online or even in person at this time frame. Yes, so San Diego Futures Foundation, it was established in 1999 when the County of San Diego decided to outsource their IT services. And from there, they started donating their computers to us. We take those computers, we refurbish them, we put new software on them, and we donate them to nonprofits here in San Diego County. We also sell them at a very affordable rate to individuals that income qualifying individuals. But what we found is just because you have a computer does not mean you know how to use it. And so we provide free digital literacy services. If you go to sdfutures.org, you'll find underneath training our calendar, and you can just register free for classes online, and we'll be able to teach you, whether that be Outlook, Microsoft, Zoom, photo editing, things of that nature. It's all available and it's all free. As far as the digital literacy is concerned. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Teresa. I have a question that has to do with depression that perhaps you can talk to from your professional and or your personal experience. The question is, how do you fight depression as your body changes and you lose abilities you had before?
Engage. Engage. Engage with community. It is necessary. It stimulates not only your mind, but your body as well. I happen to belong to a group called Low Rollers Club. We're a bunch of individuals that are in wheelchairs, some are able-bodied, but we're from all over the world. We meet on a regular basis and we exercise, and we also talk and communicate and have fun. Actually, we're a community. I have sailing, I go sailing, and so I'm also engaged there in that community. But it's necessary to engage. And you don't have to be able to go out and do all of these different activities. I try to stay as active as is possible because it's good for my circulation, it's good for my soul. I have a conversation to add to that as a result of communicating with different other individuals. Then I could communicate with my closer friends. But engage, engage, engage. Stay connected. Read books. Keep your mind going. It makes a huge difference.
Thank you so much, Teresa. I really love that, we're ending this talk with engage. There's tools to help us, there's technology to help us, there's human beings that love us that are there to help us. So engagement is definitely key. And we appreciate you being here, and thank you for your excellent thoughts today.